All right, I'm going to show you the tool that I just made. So in Revit, when I create these units, right, I have the glass right here. So it extends to the center of these mullions for all the units. So to the very end of the unit. And then when you take a cut, you can see that the glass is also going down to the sill here. But as you can see, it's going all the way to the end of the unit. So it's running past the pocket here. And then here it's running past the pocket to the head as well. And on any given project, you can have different mullion types. So here we have a male vertical and a female vertical. So these pair up. So if you did something like that, so now you got a pair. And then over here we have two jams. So you can see like this profile shape and this profile shape are different because this is an end mullion and then this is an intermediate mullion. And then over here you can see the glass still running to the end on both sides. And then just for kicks, I made up a little sill member that's 6 inches taller than the other one. So you can just kind of see the differences. So here, you have your sill 8.5 inch. Your glass is still running to the very edge of the unit, so head is the same. So essentially, what I have to do is I have to set these bytes, right? So if you look at a detail of what this condition might actually look like, you go like a sill. So you can see, like here's the bottom of the mullion. And so there's an offset, right, between where the bottom of the mullion is and where the glass sits. And that's going to be the same for the head conditions and the horizontal conditions. So when you look at like a vertical, for example, like a jam, right now in my project, I'm trying to get these side by side. See, when I look at one of my jams, right, my glass is going all the way to the end here, which we don't want. We want it to be offset inwards. So typically there's a nice dimension you can pull about what the length of this byte is. So I'll go there, there. So for example, this byte is 2.25 from the edge. So in my Revit project, for all these mullions, I have a parameter in here, glass offset left. So you can see I have mine set at -2.25. So that matches what we have here. And then that sill I have has another one, -8, since it needs to move up that much. So essentially I made this code that goes through all of my units, finds all of the mullions, reads their parameter, the glass parameter, and then applies that parameter back to our unit here. So I'm going to go ahead and run it. So now if we take a look at our top view, you can see now that glass has been adjusted for this specific mullion. Same right here, same right here. And then if you see here, this one has also been adjusted back 2.25. And then when you take a section cut, you can see it read this unit's parameter, which is -8, and I'll set that glass -8. And then it took a look at whatever the head parameter was and offset that. So now where it gets tricky is when you have a horizontal. So let me go ahead and just do another one. So now when I look at this, right, you can see like this light here. Let me take a cut. So these are essentially not set still, right? So let me take a cut here. You can see what the horizontal is doing. So the bottom glass is running past the horizontal, whereas this top glass is stopping right at the front. So what we'd have to do is add a positive offset for this top one so it gets pushed down, and then add a negative offset for this one so that it gets pushed down as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my script again. You can see it's offset that perfectly. And then when it comes to doors, got a door right here. I'm going to go ahead and put a door unit in. This one. And then I'm going to take a cut just to see what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and change this door horizontal mullion to a transom mullion. So you can see that, so it doesn't have a pocket in the bottom because there's going to be a door down here. I'm going to change this to a single door. So you can see that door family comes in. It's a little bit proud, but that's okay. And then what else am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and change the door verts because right now they're just what we had typically. So I'm going to change door vert left, viso. So now that's what that mullion looks like. So it doesn't have any pockets for the glass. And then the right is going to be the DVRI. So now, and then this one doesn't have a bottom mullion since it's a door. So I'm going to go ahead and just make sure. So yeah, empty. So I'm going to go ahead and run my script again. Kind of look at it from the top down. Just explain this. And then, so if I run it, so it's offset the door. And then when you look at the section, it's offset the door height. It's kept the door level because this was set to nothing. And then they got this one as well. And then, so if I look at this in elevation real quick, and since, this door vert right runs all the way up to this location, I should expect these glasses to have a slightly different offset. I'm going to go ahead and so yeah, it's looking pretty good.